Hey everyone, Full Throttle here again with another episode of Premium Pick. For today's episode, I'll be talking about a highly suggested deck that is also a very strong contender in the current meta, Ange-Trois. As always, I will discuss key cards, the deck's strengths and weaknesses, its meta matchups, and at the end I will present ratings and show some deck lists as examples of how to build it. Now, without further ado, let's get right into it. For the key cards, the first one is Delight Genius Ange. She's the deck's main grade 3 and for a good reason. She's absolutely busted, and even before Premium, she was the main grade 3 of the strongest deck in G era. Her ability to search for cards, draw cards, negate minus, remove cards without retiring while also being able to soft unlock rear guards and in general form a very strong base means that on her own she is already a better card than most of the ones in the game. For another key card, there's a pair that is very much linked to one another in Top Idol Riviere and Spirited Star Trois. Riviere on her own is a very bad card, but with Trois, she becomes part of an engine that allows this deck to gain a massive amount of tempo and really accelerate the deck's entire strategy all at once. Another key card is Chouchou Lucille. Lucille is the deck's main beater, and since she has Generation Break 2, she is very easily searchable with Ange's skill. She's not only a strong beater, but also makes everything else on your field a strong beater as well, which lets the deck hit stages very easily. Now, while there are all of these grade 3s, there are still other key cards, such as the combo between Shiratsuyu and Bermuda Triangle Cadet Shizuku. Shizuku allows the deck to search for Ange or Trois, and then once Shizuku has used her skill, you can call Shiratsuyu or ride her, and then send Shizuku from the soul to the hand, so you can either have more shield or you can use Shizuku's skill again to fish even harder for grade 3s. And for the last key card in the main deck, we have Transcend Idol Aqua. Aqua's ability to be run at 6 copies and her alternate discard condition means that you can both fuel your soul and have a much greater defense, which is very good for the deck as it both uses soul a lot through Ange and it needs as much defense as it can get as it has no new triggers. As a little bonus card, we have Light Elemental Hanali. Now, I mentioned Hanali in a previous video, but due to a combo with High Society Citron, you can call Hanali on your opponent's turn during their battle phase so you can prevent attacks from your opponent without interrupting your own strategy, while also avoiding almost all the removal that's currently relevant in Premium, as most of it is during the main phase. For the first main card in the G-Zone, we have Chouchou Popular Favor, Tirua. Tirua is pretty much your go-to stride in a majority of the situations you'll come across, as it can buff your Lucille's and become a restander with a joke of a condition once you hit Generation Break 3. You definitely want to run this card at 4. Another significant card in the G-Zone is Perfect Performance Ange. Perfect Performance Ange can be removal, unlock, a beefy vanguard, and quad drive all at the same time, which can really help you out in a pinch. Now, while this is an amazing effect, it's not quite as relevant as Tirua, so you really only need one as a safety net against several different matchups. For G-Guards, the most important one is, without a doubt, Luxury Wave Ellie. Ellie is a G-Guard that only gets bigger and bigger throughout the game, and as she can turn herself face down after using her, she immediately becomes reusable, which is quite a powerful defense, as it can sometimes single-handedly block a Zoa Antlion turn. Definitely a card that should be run at 4. Now that we've gone over some of the most important cards in the deck, let's go over some strengths and weaknesses. For strengths, this deck's consistency, defense, offense, removal, and speed are all off the charts. This deck excels in every aspect that you would want your deck to be solid in, and then some. For weaknesses, this deck's one thing is that it does not really have a broken combo to end the game on. It does have the superior ride, but it doesn't really have a way to end the game in a broken way. Because of that, it just wins the game fair and square while outperforming the opponent and just making the opponent feel like they need to do better. For matchups in the meta, it destroys OTT Geese as it does not require much counterblast, can hit Geese numbers easily, and can rush very effectively. It beats No Life King through outspeeding the opponent and really abusing the opponent's lack of shield value and early game. Against Spike Brothers and Luard, it out-advantages them very well and wins through card economy. For ratings, the deck gets a 5 in offense, a 5 in defense, a 5 in consistency, and a 5 in speed, making this the first deck to be featured on Premium Pick that gets a perfect 5 out of 5 for its final score. For an example of a list, this is the most recent version posted by Kevin Agel Nguyen online, the one who created the deck and has gotten 3rd at ARG Nationals, first at BCS New Jersey, top 8 at BCS Atlanta, first at ARG States Virginia, and has won several Dynasty Cups with this very deck. You can also check out his team's channel, Sack Vanguard, for more information. And as always, if you liked this video, be sure to hit the like button. If you want to see more videos like this, be sure to subscribe. If you have any suggestions, if I missed anything, or if you just want to discuss anything with me, be sure to say it in the comments section. I'm Full Throttle, and I'll see you next time.